What happened before creation according to the Bible? Who existed before everything? According to the Bible, there are actually some passages that tell us a few very intriguing details. And here's a surprise. They're not from the Bible's creation stories in Genesis. So what are they and what do they say? Let's look at a few passages to find out. This channel is a safe place for you to explore God, whether you have faith or you're just curious. The first passage is in Proverbs 8, verse 22. The passage begins to hint at something kind of surprising. Let's see if you can catch it. The Lord brought me forth as the first of his works before his deeds of old. I was formed long ages ago at the very beginning when the world came to be. When there were no watery depths, I was given birth. When there were no springs overflowing with water. Before the mountains were settled in place, before the hills, I was given birth. Before he made the world or its fields or any of the dust of the earth. I was there when he set the heavens in place, when he marked out the horizon on the face of the deep. Did you notice anything odd? The passage describes someone watching God plan and create the universe, but it's not referring to Jesus here. So, who is it? The first two verses of Proverbs 8 give us a hint. Proverbs 8:1-2 say this: Does not wisdom call out? Does not understanding raise her voice? At the highest point along the way, where the paths meet, she takes her stand. It's a she, a woman. Not literally, though. This is poetic language, wisdom personified. So before you feel like I tricked you, there is actually someone else watching God create the universe. Or should I say someone's, and it's not metaphoric language. I'll show you that in the next passage. But here, our takeaway from this passage: divine wisdom is personified as a woman who existed before the world was made, a way of saying that wisdom existed before the universe. But who else was really there watching the creation of the universe? Sometimes when I introduce this next passage to people, even people who have read the Bible for years, they're very surprised at what it has to say. So let me see if you can spot why this is a favorite passage of mine from Job 38:4-7. Here God is speaking to Job, and he says this: Where were you when I laid the earth's foundation? Who marked off its dimensions? Surely you know. Who stretched a measuring line across it? On what were its footings set? Or who laid its cornerstone, while the morning stars sang together and all the angels shouted for joy? We learn something really intriguing here. The angels already existed before God created the world and humans. They watched him decide how big the world would be when he created it. Sometimes when people discover the angels existed before humans, their eyes bug out of their heads. But if you think about it, the Bible never really says when angels were created, just that they were created before us. So is that